Okay, we're on. We're doing a strength and balance workout with lots of wonderful people on Zoom and me. All right, so you've got your pole, you're going to take it up and overhead and we'll start to reach and stretch it. So take those arms back, both arms are straight. Take it down in front of you. Start to breathe with this. So as you to bring it up, you're breathing in and then breathe it out as you take it down. Get those shoulders moving, open up that chest, take it back a little bit further. Doesn't need to go back behind your head just yet. So bring it up again, breathing in, back a little further, that's it, and down you go. One more time, up and overhead, hands pulling apart on that pole. You're going to take it side to side like a big windmill. Arms are straight, pulling out on that pole like you're trying to pull it apart. Nice. Keep it up on top of your head, so it's right about here. One more each side, and then we'll take it up and over again, and we'll start to swoop it around. Let's bring some knees into it. You're going to alternate sides. Around it goes. Take that swoop, breathe it out as you come down. 3, good. Weights on your heels. 2, last one. Swoop it all the way down and around. Nice, bring it back. Okay, this time round, take it out in front of you, and now you'll drop it down behind those shoulders. Reach it up, elbows bend, take it down so it's resting on your shoulders. Bring it back again. So now you're opening up, you're feeling that stretch in your biceps, shoulder blades pinching. That's it. One more. Down, and bring it all the way down in front of you. Hands come a little closer together, they're on your thighs. You're going to start to shrug your shoulders up and you'll see that pole slide up and down on those thighs. That's it. Shoulders come back. So you're not shrugging forward with this, you're bringing it back. 2, 1, and release out of that. Let's bring these arms up and overhead again. Take those hands straight all the way to the end of the pole, and let's see if you can bring it all the way around back. Your hands, pole's just resting between your thumb and your index finger as you take it around. Reach it all the way back. Go as far as you can with it. That's it. Nice and and down. And one more time around. Down it goes. Okay. While it's here, let's drop it down behind your back. So one hand's on your head, one hand's pushing that pole into your back, and you're going to slowly hinge forward. Nice straight back, fairly straight legs. I'm just going to close this door. So the objective is to keep that pole on your back and behind your head. That's it. Bend your knees slightly, and it'll help you keep your pole on that lower back. So shoulder blades pinch, face this way. Down we go, and up. Good. So pushing the pole into the lower back. If you feel that it's coming up like this, switch, don't come up quite, go down quite so low, and then bring those shoulder blades in together and you'll be able to feel it in your hamstrings and the pole will stay on your lower back. Let's take one leg back. So the hand that's down below is the leg that's going back, and you're going to feel that stretch on that front leg, hamstring. There's 2. You've got one more of these. Elbows back. Switch it around. Other hand comes at behind, and the other hand's pushing down below onto that back. And let's do the same thing on the other side. So other leg's going back. Try and keep those elbows wide, and you'll open up that chest a little bit more, and the shoulder blades will come together. That's it. You should feel this in the hamstring of the front leg. Last one. Bend it down. Then all the way up, you're bringing this pole out in front of you. Take it down in front. Hands out shoulder height. And then slowly bend yourself forward, straight legs, straight back, and you're going to walk those hands down that pole. Pole's about 6 inches away from your feet. Hands at shoulder height, arms are straight. Yeah? Bend those knees slightly so you're feeling it again along your back, lower back, glutes, hamstrings. Walk yourself all the way up to the top of the pole. Pushing down on the top of the pole, your heels are walking up and down now. So pushing down balls of your feet, and getting a whole bunch of ankle mobility going here, and a lovely stretch in the bottom of your feet. Last one, then come back down again, walk it down, push that pole out, and this time around you're going to straighten one leg, bend the other leg, and get a beautiful stretch. Again, lower part of those glutes, upper hammies, get it now. One more of these each side, then come on back to center, push it down, butt sticking out, and then come back up to the top of your pole, and again pushing down, walking those heels up and down, and we'll finish up rocking back and forth heel to toe with this pole, with this movement. So up on your balls of your toes, squeeze those glutes, feel this hip flexor stretch, heels up as high as you can, and then rock back onto your heels, toes come up. Let's go back and forth again. 3 more times, up it goes. 3, 2, using that pole for support, pushing down on it so you can get a little bit higher in that push up with those toes down. And done. Let's walk these knees up and across your body. We're coming into some reverse lunges now. So the pole's up by your waist, by your hips, to keep your body upright. So one leg goes back, get some balance going here, dropping that back knee down, and then bring it up. That's it. Come down a little bit further if you can, bring it up. You should feel that stretch in your quad and then the hip flexor on that back leg. Take this down as far as feels comfortable. If you can get all the way down to the floor, that's it. Just graze that knee on the floor. Use this pole to get you up if you need to. Otherwise, use your leg. That's it. Nice. Last one. Down you go. And then up it comes. Knee drives up and across your body. Let's take this pole out in front of you. You're going to drive the knee up and across. And let's take your hand over to that opposite knee. Your kayak paddling with that pole as your knee comes up. That's it. 3, 2. Good. Keep the pole up at shoulder height. Last one, and we'll come back over to that other leg. Same deal. Pole's going off to the other side. Other leg goes back. Down you go. Decide where you want to be to start with, and then come a little lower. Weights on the heel of that front foot. Bend that knee. Bend both knees to 90. Bring it up. Poles by your waist, by your hips, and you'll feel more of a stretch in that hip flexor. That's it. 3, 2. Nice. Last one. 1. And then bring it up. Knees driving up again. Let's take this pole up and overhead, and this time round, with those knees driving up, poles swooping side to side, up and over, as long as you don't hit your ceiling. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up and over. We're going to finish up with some swoops and then get into your band. So swoop it down. We did this earlier. Keep those arms straight. You're going to alternate sides with it again. Down and around it goes. Breathing it out. Nice deep squat. That's it. One more each side. Breathing out with it. And down. Comes to your side, and then hand comes down in front, so you're doing a big circle around. That's your movement. And then bring your knees into it. Yeah, you got it. All right. Put your pole down. Grab some water, which is of course attached to my camera. Multifunctional water bottle. Okay, sip of water. All right, we're going to take our mini bands for legs to start with. So have a seat. Grab your heavier ones. And you'll start them above your ankles. There we go, so about 3 or 4 inches above your ankles. Feet go slightly wider than your hips. I'm going to move my things out of the way so I don't trip over them. That was just the way set up at the beginning. Okay, so feet slightly wider than those hips. You're going to walk sideways to start with. You've got about 3 paces in one direction, 3 paces in the other. See how far you've got in your room. That's it. There it goes again. Your quads and glutes should start to come on with this as we keep going through this. Take 1 wide stride, 1 half a stride. So you always keep that tension on the band. Let's get a little bit lower with it. So bend those knees. Second foot lifts off the floor. If you feel that it's dragging like this, pick it up. Down a little bit lower. You've got 1 more in each direction. Wide as you can, low as you can without falling over. There we go. And down. Bring those arms into it. Oh, now my glutes are feeling it. And over. And come back up to standing. Give yourself a little rest. Back to center. Your feet are wide, toes pointing out slightly. You've got a 3/4 squat. Come back up to standing. Let's push those hands behind you. And squeeze those glutes. You should feel your hip flexors stretch as you come up. Weight stays on the heels as you're down. Get a little bit deeper with this. You can sit on a chair if that feels more comfortable, just touching down, or keep going with this. Nice, down it goes again. Bring it back up. Right, let's come up to your toes for 5. All the way up. Push those hands back. Feel the calves coming on. There's 4. Keep those knees tracking straight. 3, good. 2. Last one. And push it out to the side. Come on down, you're rocking back and forth, heels to toes. Try and keep those knees straight. The band's going to want to pull those knees in. Try and counteract that by keeping the weight on the outside of your feet. Last couple. There we go. Back to center. We're not quite done with those legs. We're going to take it out to the side. 1 foot stationary, other foot tapping out to the side. Way out sideways. Keep all the weight on the standing leg. The quad's going to start to kick in. Knee doesn't move. It's all coming from that hip. Get down a little lower if you want to add some intensity to that quad. Weight on the heel of this standing leg. Tap the other foot out. You've got 5 more. Good. Arms moving with it. 4. Nice. 3. 2. Last one. Back on up to center. Feel it? Let's do the other side. So out you tap. Try and take the whole foot out. So instead of just the toe coming out and the heel up, I want you to put the whole foot down on the ground. Come a little bit lower if you can. And focus on the weight being on the outside and the heel of that foot that's placed on the ground and not moving. Keep it going. A little bit lower. 5 more. 4. 3. You got it. 2. 1. Come back up to standing, shake those legs out. You've got a few more squats. So you decide if you want to keep those feet wide and the toes pointed out slightly, or come in a little narrower with your stance. This one's a little more challenging on your knees if your stance is narrow, so if you'd rather use more hips than knees, if you have any knee issues, then you're going to keep your feet wide. Come on down again, squat, all the way up to your toes. If your feet are closer together, it's a little more challenging on the balance too. Calling that 5. You got 5 more. Oh, here, 4. Whoa. Try and pop those heels all the way up and get those calves going. Squeeze those glutes. 3. Hands pushing out to the side. 2. When we get to 1, you're going to hold it up. And I'm going to count to 5. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Rocking back and forth. All right. Let's take these bands up above your knees now. Sip of water if you need it. Let's add some balance into it, shall we? Okay, so you need your pole, something to support you. You're going to bring a knee up and slowly kick it back. So first move, knee comes up. Let's go on the side so you can see. So knees up and then slowly kick it back. Don't need to hinge forward with it. We'll do that in a second. I want you to get the glutes going. I want you to feel this in your hip flexors as well. You've got 5 more. If you don't need the pole, take it sideways. For a slight bend in that standing leg. Spread those toes out. Balance coming from your toes, your ankles, your knees. 3. Kick it back and hold. 2. Nice. 1. Down. Switch it over to the other side. So take that knee raise to start with, and then donkey kick back. 5. If you find that the band's rolling up on you, straighten it out and put it a little closer to your knees. That's it. 3. 2. Nice. Last one. 1. Bring yourself up to standing, nice and tall. Feet come down. Let's walk these heels up and down. Okay, this time round, you will hinge forward with it. Again, use that pole for a bit of stability. There we go, knees come up. Get yourself set. There's a string pulling from the top of your head to keep you nice and tall. Cores on, glutes on. Doing all right? And then slowly, slowly, slowly hinge yourself forward. and hold. Spread your toes. Feel those ankles, feel those calves, feel those knees. Come on up and hold. Down again. If you want to take that pole off the ground, go for it. This is a whole lot easier without bands, I'm sure you know. Keep it going. Hinging forward. That hamstring on that standing leg is now feeling it, and your calf on that standing leg. Just turn. Keep it going. Nice, Elaine. Last one, hinge it forward. Bring it back up. Take this pole over to the other side. Hold this knee up. Hold, hold, hold. Pole's on the floor. Now bring it up if you can. I know that the leg's getting tired. You're holding for 5. Knee comes up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Walk those heels up and down. Right at the end, the calf kicks in, doesn't it? Hey, Lydia. Nice to see you. Okay, let's do the other side now. So knee, get yourself set with that pole. Bring yourself nice and tall. Core's on. Whole body's working here. Knee comes up. And hinge yourself forward. Down, bands. Bring it back up again. So you've got 5 of these, nice and slow. No pole if you don't need it. Slowly, slowly hinging forward. Keep that leg back. And then up. Hold. Can't quite make it. Breathe with it. Find a point on the floor to focus on if that helps you with that balance. Doing awesome. Last one. Down you go. And now you're coming up and standing and holding and holding. Bring it up. Stay there for 3. Can't do it. 2, 1, and done. Again, walk those heels up. I lost it for a moment there, didn't I? Okay, again with the pole, this time we're going to lean forward with it and get your glutes going. So you can use the back of a chair or the wall or whatever you have nearby, or you can use your pole if you have it. So we're going to bend down, still standing on one leg, and this time round, 1 or 2 hands on the pole, donkey kicking it back. You're doing 10 of these. If you can do it without the pole, you're better than me. Pulling that 3. Nice. Back is nice and straight. 4, 5. Glute off that standing leg. Going, yeah, you got me. 7, 8. Kick it back. Nice, Lydia. 9, 10. Bring it up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Nice and controlled. Let's take that pole out and overhead and take it down to the other side. Other leg. Away we go. 10 donkey kicks. Pole's out in front, knee comes up, get that whole core set, and down we go again. When you're ready, take the pole off the ground if you want to. Nice and strong. Whole body's engaged. Core's firing up. Glutes are firing up. 6, 7, 8. Couple more. Nice straight back. 9. And bring yourself up to standing, and we'll take that pole up and overhead nice and slow. You can take it out in front if you want it closer to the floor, or bring that knee up, and let's take that pole up and over. Nice. Walking these knees up. Ease that out. Imagine you're walking through sticky, melty asphalt mud, so toes pointing down. Get a little flick. Get those ankles going. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, ditch these bands, grab some water, on to the next step. Let's drive these knees up. Tuck my heels into my legs, just easing out that lower back, easing out your glutes. Okay, water. We're going to stick with the pole for these first few moves. This one we did last week, our pole pull-ups, the imaginary pull-ups. Using your head, make this as hard as you possibly can. So the pole's coming into your chest. So we're going to start with the first part of this move, arms up and overhead, shoulder blades dropping down. Reach it up. Elbows don't need to move at this point. Reach it up as far as you can, and then slowly drop those shoulder blades into your back pocket. So this is the first part of your pull-up move. You can take it out in front of you as well if you want. That's great. Or bring it, let's change the angle. You're going to start to take it out at 45 degrees. Slowly bringing it a little bit lower. So now it's chest height. So shoulder blades are the only things that are moving here. Your back's not moving, your head's not moving. Now let's take it up again. Keep it going. Up and down. That's it. Now back up and over, bars right up and over your head. Pull it down. You should feel this all the way along your back. 2. Last one. Bring it in and down. Okay. Now we're going to do that same move. We'll start out in front. So hands out in front of you, and you're going to bend your elbows and bring your shoulder blades in first, and then bring your elbows in. So pulling that bar into your chest. As you do this, I want you to pull out on the outside of the pole like you're trying to pull it apart. You're going to get those biceps really engaged as you do that. Make a fist. You probably don't need to squeeze too hard. You don't need to squeeze too hard. If you're feeling any tension in your forearms, then you don't need to squeeze too hard, but just pull out on the outside of that pole. You're going to feel this in your shoulders, mid-back, upper back. 2 and 1. Take it down and rest. Okay, doing up and overhead. This time, it's your pull-up, it's coming into your chest, into upper chest. So shoulders blades drop down first, pull apart on that pole, you're splitting it, and then bring this into upper chest. Reach it up again. Squeeze as hard as you can on the pole. Back and biceps working together. Breathe it out as you come down. Imagine it's a pull-up. You've got 5. Reach it as high as you can. Shoulder blades first, then elbows down. There's 3, 2. Reach it, and last one. Down. Hope you felt that. My back certainly felt it. Okay, let's take a little shrug of those shoulders. I want you to feel this all the way along your back as well. 3, 2, and last one. 1. Okay, you can drop the pole. We're going to take your light bands for a quick round of delts. These ones. Oh, here, take this. Yeah. Toss that away. Yeah. Okay, so they're going around your forearms to start with. We're reaching up and overhead. We're doing a little stretch here for the shoulders and upper back. So palms facing each other. Slowly breathing with it. Reach it up, take it as far as you can. Your palms in line, elbows, shoulders. Try and get a little more tension on the band. And you should feel this all the way along your back. Those erector muscles getting it as well as shoulders and biceps. Let's change direction on those hands. They're facing down now. Reach it all the way up. Breathe out, push it down like you're pushing your hands through water. Again, down. Let's spread those fingers. Down it goes. You feel a little more engagement in your shoulders. Release it out as you come up. Fingers spread, engage those forearms. Spread the hands, arms a little wider and down. Let's do one more like this. Reach it up. Hands pushing through water as wide as you can with those arms. Good. And rest. Okay, arms coming out in front of you. This time round, you're bringing your elbows back. Let's go this way. Elbows and shoulders come back. So you're bringing it into a row. Reach it out. I want you to make a fist as you do this, pulling it in. So you're pulling something really heavy in. 2 handles. Squeeze those hands as you pull it in and down. Take those elbows down a little bit lower, just below your ribs. And up a little higher, head height. As you pull down, you've got 4. Reach it as far as you can. Shoulder blades first, then elbows. Reach a little higher. 2. Make that fist. Breathe it out. Pull it down. Nice. Okay, shake it out. Your next move has you coming up to 90 degrees with those hands. You know the deal. You've got delt raises. So elbows coming up to shoulder height. Other elbow, forearm locks into your waist. Shoulders come back. Nice strong back. That's it. Good. You've got 3 more. 2. Nice. Keep that body nice and straight. And 1. and rest. All right, let's do those moves again, shall we? So you're starting with the first round of those reaches and stretches with the arms straight. Let's take the palms facing up and overhead, facing each other first. 3 of these in this direction, and then 3 with your palms facing down. Get a little more tension on the band if you can. There's 3. This time round, palms facing down. So spread those fingers, engage those arms, forearms, shoulders, and release out at the bottom. Bring it back up again. Spread your arms a little wider. 2. That's it. So front delts feeling this. And down, and forearms as you engage those fingers and hands. Shake it out. Let's take it out in front. Okay, this time round, so you've got options here. You can take it at shoulder height, or you can bring it down into a pull down. Decide where you want to be here. I want you to make that fist as you bring it in, and then release out. Fist comes in, comes tight, shoulders come back first, and then elbows come back. If you want to take it up and overhead, same deal. Pull it down, band comes to your chest. You've got 3 more. Breathe it out. 2. Reach it up tall, reach as far as you can, and down it goes. And all the way down. And then your last move, finish off with those mid delts. You've got 3 of these on each side, nice and slow. Let's call that 1, 2. Awesome. And last one. 3. And rest. Okay. Shake those arms out, little stretch. We're going to do a push-pull to stretch them out. So you still have your band on one hand. I've done this move before. I love this one. You're firing a bow, a slingshot. Again, works all those shoulder muscles, chest and back. And you can change the angle with this. So you're taking it out in front of you. A couple of push-pulls here, then change the angle and take it up a little higher. Higher. You decide how high you want to be with this, depending on how your shoulders, rotator cuffs are feeling. If you're feeling any tweaking, don't take it up and over. Just take it out in front with this 45-degree angle. Back down you go again, and then finish up shoulder height. Push it out. 2 and 1. All right. Arms have got a decent workout, haven't they? Shake them out. Get some water. I need more water, excuse me. Okay, let's grab some dumbbells, shall we? We're going to do a couple of lower body moves here. You can do these with or without dumbbells. We've got some hinges, your hip hinges, Romanian deadlifts, and some regular deadlifts. So those are the first 2 that we'll back to back. A couple of sets of. Dumbbells are hanging down by your side. So your first move, plant your feet about hip distance apart and slowly, slowly, slowly hinge yourself forward. Dumbbells come down just below your knees. What you're doing here, remember when you had the pole at the beginning, your back was straight, the pole was touching along your spine and your butt and your head. So same movement, nice straight back. Shoulder blades need to stay back. If you're not feeling this in your hamstrings and the lower part of your glutes, then your back's probably a little bit rounded. So I don't feel it at all here. If I push those shoulder blades back, don't need to come too low, but you'll feel it in those hammies. Feeling it? That's it. Bend those knees ever so slightly. So you're not a complete stiff-legged deadlift here, it's a slight bend. You've got 3 more. Push that butt back. 2. 1. Nice. Come back up. Your second move. Again, hands hanging by your side. This time you're going to bend those knees. Come down and bring it all the way up. Bring your feet a little wider than your hips. Down you go. Imagine you're pulling up your pants. There it is. Nice straight back. Squeeze your glutes when you come up to the top. 5. 4. Good. 3. wonderful move to strengthen that back. You will feel it. If you're feeling the tweakiness going on, don't come quite so deep. Take it to your knees. Make sure those shoulder blades are back. Brace and breathe out when you come up. All right. Feel okay with that? Let's do them again. Come down a little bit lower if you can on that hip hinge. So shoulder blades back, butt sticks out, and down you go. See if you can. I'm holding on to the end of my dumbbells so I can trying to get them down to my toes. That's it. Nice straight back. There it is. 5 more. 4. 3. Lovely. Breathing out as you come up. 1. Nice. Come up tall, give back a little rest, squeeze those glutes. Wonderful way to ease out your back is just to give those glutes a good squeeze. Okay, hands down by your side, feet a little wider, deadlift down. See where you can go with this one. Nice bend in those knees. Breathe it out as you come up. Quads getting a little more action this time around. That's it. Down, all the way up. Let's do 5 more. Down, drop your butt down. 4. Good. 3. Beautiful. 2. And last one. 1. All the way tall. Again, squeeze those glutes. Come on up to your toes and get another little stretch out for the hip flexors as well. Glutes come on. There we go. Okay, let's keep these dumbbells in your hands. You're going to do an upper body round. This time round, you've got your bicep curls, your hammer curls. That's your first move. And then your second move, you'll take it up and overhead, or you'll take a delt raise with it if you don't want to come up and over. Let's start with those bicep curls. So palms facing away. That's it. Bring it up. Change the grip, change the angle. Hammer curl it down, you'll get the triceps as you come down. Extend that elbow out so you're locking it out at the bottom and you'll feel your triceps kick in. Good. 3. That's it. 2. Last one. And then we're taking it up and overhead. So bring it up again. One more bicep curl out to shoulder height. Take it up. As you bring it up, dumbbells face together. Can't see that, I'll come down. So dumbbells facing, touching each other, and then as you come down, angle it down so your palms are at about 45 degrees. That's it. Let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down, all the way down. Little rest. You've got a second round of that. So biceps, triceps. Here we go. Palms facing out and away again. Switch that grip angle. It's not a grip, you're just changing the angle of your hands, coming from your shoulders and your elbows. Squeeze those dumbbells a little harder if you want some more intensity, or if you want to ease off on it because they're heavy enough, don't squeeze them too hard. Last one. And then we'll take it back up and overhead again. Rest. Okay, bring it in, out it goes. If you don't want to take it up and overhead, your other option here is to do your delt raise. Lydia, looking at you, so the elbows don't come up and over your head. Otherwise, up and over you go, hitting those delts again. Yeah. So 2 options here, out to the side, or take it up and over if that feels good. Nice. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Down and rest. Take those dumbbells all the way down to the ground. Don't forget to bend your knees, protect your back, and drop those dumbbells down. Arms should have felt that one. Depending on what weight you are using, I'm recommending 8s or 10s. Let's take those hands back behind, give it a nice stretch out. Palms facing down. Bring it up again. Palms facing up as a reach up as far as you can. Fingers touch, and then slowly, 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 hands come down behind your back. And roll those shoulders back for 3, 2, and 1. All right, sip of water. We're coming down to the mat. Our last 7 minutes or so will be core and back. Let's take a dumbbell with us, shall we? So come down onto your hands and knees to start with. Tuck your toes under. You're going to rock back and forth, pushing back on those heels. So wrists, shoulders, knees, hips, toes, ankles, all getting a nice stretch out here. And then we'll come up to center and do a little cat-cow stretch. So keep those toes tucked. You're going to push down through the palms of your hands, your back's rounding just a little bit from your upper shoulder blades, and jam those heels of your hands through the mat. Breathe it out, and then I want you to slowly, slowly take the weight off your hands and bring those shoulder blades together, looking up to the ceiling, shoulder blades pinch. Breathing in, and then breathe out again, push your hands through the mat as hard as you can. Breathe it out, and so one more, push it out, and then come on back to neutral spine. Take a little shoulder stretch here. So one elbow's coming, shoulders coming back, other one's forward, and feel that stretch all the way along those erector muscles along your spine. Focus more on your upper back. Your hips will swing a little bit, but the more you swing your hips, the more you miss out on the stretch on your back. Okay, right, back to center. Let's take one leg back. You're going to push back on that heel, and we'll start with that hinge back and forth on that ankle, giving your calf a lovely stretch. Again, ankle's getting a lot of mobility going here. We're going to come into our bird dog shortly with this. Pushing back, one more. Center yourself back up. Square up those hips. Foot comes off the ground. It's at hip height. Reset your hands if you need to. Hold here. And then slowly, slowly, slowly extend the opposite hand out. Palms facing sideways. Thumbs up. Fingers are spread. Hold. Push the hand. Straighten the arm out of the hand that's on the floor. Reach as long as you can. There's a string pulling your fingers and your toes, and hold for 3, 2, 1. Now bring knee into elbow. And it goes. Keep the back nice and straight and reach it out as long as you can for 5, 4, 3, you got it, 2, 1. Come back down. Stretch it out. Child's pose stretch. Arms reaching long out in front of you. Sinking back into your heels. You can be up high with this one as well if you want, into a puppy pose if you hips don't want to come all the way down to your heels. Let's take it off to the other side. So legs going long, push back, and then come all the way to your shoelaces or the tops of your feet. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Center it, square those hips up, foot comes off the floor first, then arm comes out. Spread it out, spread those fingers out, get that toe tucked under and hold. Reach as long as you can. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring that elbow into the knee. Back is staying straight for 5, 4, breathing with it. 3, 2, nice. Reach, reach, reach long, and release out of it. Back into that child's pose, or hinging back and forth with your toes tucked under, whichever feels comfortable for you. Nice. Okay, let's take yourself sideways and come on over to your back. Feet on the floor, knees are up. Slowly take yourself down to the floor. Back's on the floor, arms reaching out long overhead. You're going to spread those hands wide. You're making great big circles like you're a snow angel. So options here, you can take your hands up and overhead like you're doing big backstroke butterfly. I don't know if that's a thing. I think I'd probably drown if I tried it. Or if it doesn't feel so good bringing those hands up and over, take it to whatever height feels good, sliding your hands along the floor or 3 or 4 inches above the floor. Flossing those shoulders, it should feel really good. As you start to keep doing this, I want you to focus on your back, connecting with it. So every time your hands come down, your back's going to slowly push into the floor. Hands come up overhead past your head, they're arching. Breathe with it now too. So every time your hands come down to your side, lower back pushes in. Breathe it out, engage those ab muscles, because that's what we're doing now, abs. One last swoop around. You're going to finish up with your hands down by your side, backs on. Let's take those fingers and slide them, try and slide them into your spine. I'm hoping you can't get them there. So your fingers are going sideways, trying to get to your spine. If your back's on enough, you're not going to be able to get there because there's no arch. Let's ease out of it now. Feel those fingers slide, your fingers touch each other right underneath your spine. Now slowly, slowly, slowly push down on that lower back again. You should be jamming those fingers into your mat. Let's take your hands a little further apart. You're going to keep on doing this movement where your lower back pushes into your mat and your pelvis kind of tilts away towards your heels. And then breathe out of it. You'll feel your abs coming on each time. Squeeze abs, pelvic floor muscles, and engage and hold. And breathe. So breathing again. As you engage with this one, I want you to breathe out. And then as you release out of it and your back is arching, you breathe in and let all that air fill into your diaphragm and into your belly. A couple more of these. Breathe it out. Push that back on. Pelvis tilts up towards your heels and down again. Breathe out again. One last time. Let's go for it. And rest. Hands come out to your side about 45 degrees, palms facing down. You're going to bring those knees up to 90, so calves, shins parallel to the floor, ankles at about knee height. Okay, arms come up and overhead, reach them up. First time round, you're doing that happy bug, dead bug, where your heel drops down to the ground, one heel drops, opposite hand comes out overhead behind. Keep an angle, keep a bend in your knee here, so you're not straightening the leg out all the way out. I want you to keep a slight bend in your knees. One leg drops at a time. Keep that lower back on. It's going to be a little easier to keep the lower back pushed into the mat if you keep that angle in your legs. That's it. You've got 5 more of these each side. Oh, my time's running out, isn't it? 3, 2, and 1. Arms come up and overhead, release out of it. You've got a little arch in your lower back. Your next move round, your arms are coming, reaching out to the side. So we're using this as a stretch for your upper body as your lower legs and your abs still go. So let's go for it. Down it goes again. Again, same deal with your legs. Palms facing out and down and touching the floor. Bring it out. Whatever height feels good for that stretch. Mine's a little higher than shoulder height. Palms touch together overhead and then touch the floor, getting a rotation. You've got 5 more. Push that lower back in, make it really work because you haven't got too many. 3, breathe with it. 2, 1, and done. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side if that feels good, or just come to center and hug them in. Breathe it out. Let's bring your head into your knees. You've got a little rounding in your back here. You're a hedgehog. Bring those feet down to the floor. Knees are up. You are done. We're going to stretch. You're going to drop your knees off to one side, off to the left as your head looks over to the right. Breathing out with this. Arms are spread at shoulder height like a T. Let's take that off to the other side. And back on up to center. Hands coming over to one side as your knee drops. You're going to take a lovely opener for that upper back now. So hands touch together and then open out to the side as your head follows. 2 or 3 of these on one side. Breathing out. Keep those knees as close to the ground as you can, sinking and breathing into it. And then knees come up as your hands come over to the other side. And out it goes. Other side. Shoulders opening up. Palms touching the ground. There we go. And back to center. And when you're ready, come on up to seated. So taking yourself sideways or roll yourself up, whatever feels good for you. And then bringing yourself up to standing. You decide how you want to get there. Who's doing cross-legged? I think that's Elaine. Let's do it. Or come sideways. There we go. Using one knee, 2 knees. Got it going in the corner here. Let's see it, Lydia. Little hover. And up it goes. Woo! Close, close, close. Yeah, reach it up tall. And let's swoop it down. Nice, Bob. Getting better and better each time. And swooping down, breathing it out. Last one. Down it goes. Hands reach behind and then off to the side. Roll those shoulders back. And there we have it. Thank you, everybody. Gosh, my hair's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Thank you so much. Happy 4th or 5th of July, and I will see you on Friday, hopefully.
Thanks, Laura.
Bye. You're welcome. Have a great week ahead.
Yeah, sorry I was